Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And the most exciting thing that I saw this week was of course my silver play button. For the more Gundam related stuff then, nothing really crazy happened, but we did get something cool for the Gundam Mark II fans. We are getting the G-Frame Full Armor G-Defensor and Shackles set. And while we do have a lot of G-Defensor like figures and model kits, for the Shackles, not so much. Like, as far as I know, there's a 1/400 scale figure from the Gundam Collection line, and that's it. And what I really like about this specific Shackles figure is that it is potentially also usable with 1/144 scale Gunpla. Because here's a comparison of my G-Frame Gym Custom with the standard sized high-grade Gym Custom and the always bulky high-grade Zaku 3. As you can see, it's only slightly smaller. The only problem then, of course, is that this set is premium Bandai limited and that it goes for 4,950 yen, which is like 35 US. And it will then be flying your way in June. The other figure news then is that Tamashii Nations showed off the Gundam Universe Strike Freedom Gundam Type 2. And in typical Gundam Universe fashion, the proportions do look ever so slightly janky. Those shoulders look massive and absolutely out of place on a more sleek machine like the Strike Freedom. Next up for the Gunpla, we didn't get anything new, but we did get a reminder for something that I think I forgot to cover earlier. The high-grade Geara Doga Axis Shock Image Color, which will be releasing as a Gundam Side F exclusive on the 23rd for 2,090 yen, which is like 13 US. And just like with the Jagan Axis Shock Image Color, the kit has a really cool shine to it, like to replicate the effect of when they were all trying to push Axis away from Earth. Everything else is of course the same, and it might also be released at the Gundam base at a later date. And for the folks visiting Gundam Side F then, until April the 7th, they're having their first anniversary final campaign, which will get you double points on certain Gunpla, you'll get a clear file with certain items, and if you buy over 3,000 yen, which is around 20 US, you'll get a free sticker. And just as a reminder, like those points, you can spend them for some Gundam knickknacks, but the big thing is, of course, saving them up for a golden high-grade RX-78-2 or a master-grade RX-78-2, which is the 3.0, if I remember correctly. Gundam Seed Freedom, then, again continues its reign of success in the Japanese cinemas as it enters its 4th week. After briefly going down to number 2 in the weekend box office rankings, it went back up to number 1, beating out heavy hitters like the new Demon Slayer movie and the Spy Family movie. And for the people who go this 4th week, they'll be getting one of 3 random acrylic stands. There's Kira with the Rising Freedom, Shin with the Immortal Justice, and Adron with the Zagok. And if you want to watch a bit of the movie, the Freedom music video has been released on YouTube, and basically it's a Gundam Seed Freedom AMV. And what really surprised me here is that it isn't region locked as far as I can tell, meaning that I now cannot tell you about NordVPN and the great service they offer, which you could get at a discount with the link down below or the code kkrt. But alas, the Freedom AMV is linked down below. And what is also linked down below is the FruV website, where they started accepting pre-orders on a bunch of Freedom-related things. And they do also offer international shipping, so knock yourself out. Meanwhile, on the gaming front then, in Gundam Battle Operation 2, the DJ Assault package joins the fray. In the global version of UC Engage, the UR Psycho Gundam and UR Daryl Lawrence have become available as unit assemblies, and until the 28th, they're holding the Battle Rush event. Bandai is also having a Steam sale, which includes SD Gundam Battle Alliance, and last but not least, Gundam Seed Freedom will have a collaboration with the ever-popular Monster Strike mobile game. Now, I still don't know anything about the game itself, but the art is really cool and very high energy. There's Kira and Lacus with the Mighty Strike Freedom, Atherin and Kigali with the Infinite Justice Type 2, Shin and Luna Maria with the Destiny Gundam Spec 2, Luna Maria with the Force Impulse Spec 2, and Maru with the Millennium. In other news then, it was announced that the Witch from Mercury Festival Blu-ray will include a drama CD called The Witch from the Closing Party, with this closing party being a specific type of closing party that is held on the final night of something like a school festival. We then got the jacket illustration of the Days of Birth CD limited edition, the key visual of the Gundam Seed Festival, which features the Freedom Gang setting stuff up in front of the Yokohama Red Brick Warehouse. The Mobile Suit Girl of the Week is the rear of the Gym Command Space Type Girl, whose insignia is the Rebo Colony Coast Guard insignia. And I never really thought about this, but I guess it makes sense to have the people that patrol the area outside of a space colony be designated as a Coast Guard. And then we also got some new Advance of Zeta stuff. Last time we got a broad overview of everything that led to the Wound Ward, and now they're going into a bit more detail on the Jim Quell and the Gapland developments that led to the Wound Ward. As for the things you could get this week then, on the 10th, we got the high-grade Beargguy Ohana and Aloharo set for 3,190 yen, around 20-ish US, which comes with a Mama Guy, Puchi Guy, Haro, and Hawaiian stickers, and for 3,410 yen, around 25 US, you could get the real great Force Impulse Gundam Spec 2. And unfortunately, just like the Hawaiian Bears, it is just a color and sticker variant of the original release. The upcoming Metal Robot Spirits figures is shown as coming with a railgun, which I'm assuming it therefore also used in the movie, but we don't see it with the real grade here. And it would have been cool if it came with that, just to differentiate it a little bit more from its original release. But on the bright side, at least the original Impulse is a really good real grade, so this thing, by default, is therefore also a really good real grade. And on that day from the Gundam base, you could get the clear color full mechanics Calamity Gundam for 5,500 yen, 37 US. And well, with it being a clear color, there's nothing more to say about it. Moving on to the 12th, you could get a Haro pouch for 1,320 yen, 9 US, which also comes with 3 pieces of pineapple candy, and then what they're calling cookie handbags for 550 yen or 4 US. Each bag has a character on each side and comes with a sticker and 70 grams of chocolate chip cookies. Set A has Kira and Shin with a Kira sticker, Set B has Lacus and Kigali with a Lacus sticker, and Set C has Atherin and Izak with an Atherin sticker. Also, don't be fooled by the size of these bags, because when I first saw them, I immediately thought of those bigger bags you get at conventions and whatnot, but they're actually only 15 by 14 centimeters. And for easy reference, this phone I'm holding is only slightly over 15 centimeters. And then finally on the 13th, you could get the scores of Gundam Seed Freedom's ending theme, Romantics of Leaving. They're available as a piano solo and as piano plus vocals, each going for 605 yen or 4 US. I'll have the website linked down below for those who are interested. For this week's reading material then, there was the March issue of New Type, featuring a lot of things Gundam Seed Freedom, including a B3 poster. Then there was the Big Comic Superior, in which Gundam Thunderbolt is being serialized, and in celebration of being serialized in that magazine for the 200th time, it now also has 24 full-color pages. Episode 4 of SD Gundam World Heroes Kirahagane was released online and in English, and is linked down below. Volume 2 of the Gundam Seed Freedom novel will be releasing on March the 26th, and the Gundam Seed 20th Anniversary official book got a second round of orders over at the Aeon Store and Premium Bandai. On to this week's Gundam apparel then, where Strict G kicked things off on the 9th with Gundam Seed Freedom Windbreakers. For 16,500 yen, 110 US, you can get one in Kira Yamato Blue, Lacus Klein White, which of course also has some pink accents, Athronzala Purple, and Orphe Charcoal Grey. Pre-sales are up online and at their Taga stores, with general sales beginning on the 17th. From Bankore then, we're getting a bit less than usual, but considering all of the stuff that's been releasing in the past few weeks, it's not all that surprising either. On the 9th, we got the Gundam 00 Flower Collection, featuring a variety of items with flowers in the colors of the Gundam Meisters. You can get a Tenugui towel for 3,025 yen, a little over 20 US, a face towel for 2,970 yen, a little under 20 US, a coin case for 1,300 yen, 9 US, a scrunchy pouch for also 1,300 yen, 9 US, and I gotta say, this is the first time that I've heard about a combination like this existing. But hey, maybe you can combine it with your utility beanie. Then there's a more standard pouch for 2,200 yen, 15 US, an eco bag for 3,080 yen, 20 US, and a drawstring bag for 990 yen, 7 US. And then on the 13th, you could get 2 muffler towels with the ending crawl of Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny. They go for 1,980 yen each, 13 US, and are slated for an April release, just as with the other Bankore items. Oh, and since I just mentioned that utility beanie from Levi's, this week the collection also became available in the West. So now you too can have a Gundam Seed inspired beanie with a pocket. Or, you know, any of the other collaboration items. Now though, let's quickly wrap things up with the polls. Because this week was Valentine's Day, Gundam.info wanted to know which mobile suits we'd like to turn into chocolate and eat. An oddly specific question with even more odd choices. With 43.8%, the Kapool won, or I guess in this case it's lost because it's getting eaten. But the not exactly appetizing looking Kashiba Mikoshi became second with 23.8%, which was then a close call with the Death Army's 21.3%. And then all the way in last place, we have the Core Gundam with 11.2%. So, I guess we can learn from this that the Kapool looks good, and the Core Gundam does not look good. And because this poll was so weird, I decided to do my own poll. Which Gundam Seed Freedom girl would you want as your Valentine? And things didn't quite go as I was expecting. With 46%, Luna Maria was a big hit with the voters, something she herself almost never did in the anime. But she did definitely have other assets to make her endearing. In second place then, we have Lacus with 34%, and this is what kinda surprised me because in like popularity polls, she is typically the top choice. But here, she came in only second, and with actually like quite a big margin when you think about it. But what I definitely wasn't expecting then was Kigali getting only 13%. Although, at the same time, I can't blame anyone too much either. Kigali got some serious character assassination in Gundam Seed Destiny, so while Gundam Seed Kigali is badass, Gundam Seed Destiny Kigali is definitely worse than Luna Maria or Lacus. And then finally, the new girl in town, Agnes Giebenroth, got 6%. And I wonder if her popularity is going to go up or down after we get like the international release of Gundam Seed Freedom, when we can all watch the movie and see what she's all about. For the currently ongoing poll then, because this year is a leap year, Gundam.info wants to know what our favorite 29th episode is. Equally random as the Valentine's Day question. Episode 29 from H, G Gundam, Victory Gundam, or the original Gundam? And, well, for me and for a lot of other people as well, the answer here was very obvious. The one where the Jim got gored by Char. But at least it did also give us the animation error with the Jim holding the Gundam's beam rifle, which has become somewhat official, because now the Jims can officially also use the beam rifle. So you win some, you lose some. And if you want to cast your vote, I'll of course have it linked down below. And that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.